G'day, mate. Welcome to Factorio, and maybe a new start of a new series. I've actually wanted to do a series like this for a while, where I go in and I look at other players' bases and, I don't know, optimize, have a look around, sticky beak, give my thoughts, give my comments, all that sort of fun stuff. So, Olek, one of my Patreons and a long-time watcher on my channel, me and him with theory crafting probably about 4 weeks now, right when the whole Bots vs. Belt Friday Facts came out. Anybody who pays attention to Factorio must have seen that Friday Facts, must have seen the fallout and the controversy and everything else about it, which is funny because I read it as well and I'm like, that's a joke. It's a joke. Right from square one, it was made to be funny. But, you know, it is what it is. It led to a great debate, and here we are. Olek built a belt base. He built a 2.4k, so that's a blue belt worth of science packs per minute base. And since he turned it on, it's been running flat out. 10 plus hours. The only deviations we can actually see on the graphs is from ore. Ore is the only thing that deviates. Everything else is dead straight. So this is his wonderful base, and yeah, I don't even know what to say. We're going to start. You know, it's massive, but we'll go through that bit by bit. We're going to start at an outpost. So he's built this whole thing only using undergrounds where you'd have to use undergrounds. So never bothering to use them just for the sake of using them to save on FPS. And my computer is taking a toll when it comes to FPS. I was 50-50 on whether I dropped down the quality once again, even lower, to try and keep the FPS and technically the UPS up higher, but I decided, look, no, we're just going to run it as is, and we're going to see how we go. So, this is one of his outposts, and, well, as you can see, it's not many miners, because we're up to productivity 296, so that's what, 600% extra productivity. So these miners output ore non-stop. Fed into a 16-lane balancer, which I've tried to theory craft how to make a 16, and I've even attempted to halfway build one, and I built one. It's shorter and a little bit wider, but doesn't look nearly as neat as this one. Anyway, so we've got 16 lanes fed into 16 loaders, and he's using the good old stack inserter, because that's the best you get in vanilla. This is a true vanilla map. There's no mods needed. It is running with creative mode. He built the whole thing with creative mode, because without creative mode, I have no idea how long. Well, nope. Buildings, items. Where's... Oh, they've been spawned in, so I probably can't check. Because I'd be curious on how much blue belt he's put down. And of course, I didn't look up the command beforehand for blue belt. To do a console command to look up how much blue belt's been made. But anyway, you know, he's loading on trains. It's an 8 loco, 16 wagon train running on nuclear fuel. So they take off in a hurry. They take off in a hurry, and they flatten anything that gets in their way. Almost full 32,000 ore. So each outpost is like this, you know. There's a copper one, an oil one, same story. He's only got a few pump jacks here. He could add some more speed beakers. This one's a little bit lonely at only 250% speed. You know, he could have a few more here. Tanked onto a giant train. Yeah, that's a tiny bit of oil. That's another tiny bit of oil. All these outposts are the same. They're all copper, copper, copper. There's a uranium one, which is interesting because you'd have to bring a lot of acid out to get this done. I'm actually surprised you can do it with just one tank. Iron's on the south side. Same story. Exact same, pretty much, design for the outposts. And I don't have access to his blueprints, obviously, because, you know, they didn't come across with a save. But, I really hope you can blueprint, like, you know, the whole train station down, including the balancer, and then the whole miners down right up to here, and just have to do this join, because otherwise this would take ages just to build a single outpost. And most importantly, he's running all of this on a 2-lane train track. So yeah, trains come up to a stacker, pretty stock standard stacker, nothing special. Into the unload stations, which are gigantic. I will definitely say that. Into the iron bus. That's iron ore. That is 16, 32, 16, 32, 64, 128 belts of iron ore. And look at that FPS drop, 30 FPS. You can't even tell what's moving and what's not. Like, the only time you can see something is when it stops. Zoom down like that. That's just a sea of blue. Anyway, okay. So we got copper doing the same on the north. Into the smelters. And let's just run over to the smelters, because the smelters I actually do want to go through. So as I said, this all started with me and him theory crafting. Alright. I think he made comment about somebody else had spent hours trying to build one of these. And I'm like, I'd do it. Boom, 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 boom. You know, you need... Hang on, where's a blueprint? So, to get a full blue belt out with the 12 beacon setup, you need 9. You actually need 8.5, 8.4 electric furnaces to do a full belt out when you have productivity modules, full speed beacons, blah, 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 blah. So, unfortunately, he did boo-boo. That doesn't actually have to be there. So we've got loading on this side, loading on this side, so we're loading 2 on this side, we're bringing it across. We're loading 2 on that side, and then we're tucking it in close. We're loading 2 on that side, and then 2 on this side. And then we're bringing this far side, which is actually unloading, loading on both sides. Bringing it across, side loading it on here. Bringing the one we tucked in earlier down, putting it through a splitter, and out the bottom. And within about 2-3 hours, I was nowhere near a computer. I was doing all this, you know, by looking at screenshots and making comments. I think the original design had 3 splitters, and we got it down to a 1 splitter. 1 splitter was all we needed to... 1 splitter and 1 side loading was all we needed to fully compress a blue belt. With, you know, 9 furnaces. But, anyway, okay, completely sidetracked. Again, we've got 16. Oh, actually, that's short too. So that's the 16 in with a 14 out. Same story applies. We've got basically 62 belts of copper fed into all these lovely furnace arrays. And as you can see, each one's been pulled off higher and higher and higher until we get to the end. Which then gives us our sea of copper plate to go with our sea of iron plate. We've also got... this is either brilliance or sheer luck, that when he turned each one of these in to do iron smelting, he got to this point where he could turn in to do iron smelting to output a full plate, a full belt. It's not quite full. Olek, you're gonna have to come and have a look at some of this stuff. It's not quite 100%. Where are we? We're bringing in here, out there, through there, tucking that one in. So that one's not outputting. That's a little bit of a problem. There. Oh, do we have that extra inserter? No. See, the extra inserter's not on this one. In there, cross there. And we're doing... See, we're down to 1 splitter on this one. Maybe that's the issue. Yes, the right-hand side. The right-hand side's backing up. And the left-hand side's just not quite there. But then again, because the extra productivity, when you go through steel, it should be a full belt out the other end. No, it should be a full 1/5 of a belt out the other end. Yeah. But yeah, he's using the priority splitters everywhere he can. So his priority in on a lot of these to make sure this is a full belt. Priority in, same story, to make sure that belt keeps moving. And we get to a point where we have some very, very large belts of steel. What's that? 11 belts of nothing but steel. 62 belts of... Oh. Hang on, you've started pulling them off, Olek, before I've even counted them all. 62 belts of copper, 69... plus 3, 72? 72 belts of iron. We wrap the iron and the copper up, and again, the priority splitters has really made things easier when it comes to pulling off the bus. So you can pull a full belt out with just whatever's left over. Just whatever's left over. Crammed up here. And what is this? This is... Oh, this is an attempt at a lane balancer. So we're pulling in the bottom line here and the top line here to force it out, hopefully, a fully compressed belt. In theory, at this point, it should be fully compressed. I don't know why we've got these, and I don't know how much of an impact on FPS and UPS they make. I do know, running through this mess, 40? The game seems to hover around 40 for me. I haven't... It obviously fluctuates up and down. Because it's fully on, it's fully running. It's still producing 2.4 packs, 2.4 thousand packs per minute. I don't think we actually need this. It does risk that you're going to draw too much from one side, so maybe that's why it's in there. So we're putting through a lot on the right-hand side now. But I'd probably wait till I got to the very end and then fix that one on the very end. Just a personal thing. Now I did notice there were some inserters having conniptions. I just can't remember where. Looking for something that's not running. No, they all look pretty much running. I did see some inserters are struggling, but your iron. No, you're running fine, although your output's not 100%. Let's go to the N1. So the N1s are the most likely going to starve. And no, he's doing fine as well. He's got plenty of copper. Olek is using 2 stack inserters, so this will get very, very high, and hopefully just before it cuts off, both stack inserters will empty into here. But I do know this has got a crafting speed significantly higher. I would prefer to have it the other way around, or maybe it's carefully planned this way. I'm not sure. I didn't actually bring pen and paper and maths that one out beforehand. But that's a green circuit build. Just in case you thought you were alright, here's another green circuit build. Same story, just pouring green circuits out everywhere. Okay, well, let's get a map view. Now he's bringing the green circuits under the bus, joining up, running up beside steel his, and again, same story, bringing some out early, some out late. And you can see the only time he's used undergrounds is where you have to. You basically have no choice. You have to use an underground. Run all the green circuits along here, which is that's an unfortunate kink there. 14 belts of green circuits down with 14 belts of plastic. Again, I'm still not sure you need these. Right. Oh, and we've also got the mod. I can't remember what the mod's called. Auto Researcher, which will just plow away at mining productivity until it's cheaper. That's enough, Daisy. Yeah, my dog does not want to. Yeah. Daisy! Thank you. You scared away the fly? Excellent. Yeah, so pumping in green circuits and plastic to do red circuits. Does this fully compress? So we've got... They're not fully compressed belts out, but we do have 3 fully compressed there. Ooh, there's a whole nother set. Really? Okay, so we got 13, 14. 14 there and 14 there. Brought in, we've got 3 fully compressed belts going north here with, holy shit, 8 more fully compressed belts there. So what's that? Oh, not quite fully compressed. They compress here. So we've got 7. So we've got 10 belts. 10 belts of red circuits. These ones head up and do blue circuits. Say goodbye to all your green circuits. They're gone. And again, like I said, these lovely priority splitters, you can see what wonders they do. And the only thing you can do is you got to... they don't work 100%. Can we run that far? Can we run that far without the game or my computer exploding? One of the two. Oh, oil. I missed oil. I'm going to come back for oil. I want to look at these splitters. So, we're going to pick this one. So, its input is left, so prioritize this one. Output, prioritize that one. Which, here makes sense. It's moving all these green circuits to here. But you would imagine for down here, it would take all this excess and move it over there. Nope. Let's click on that one. So you'd imagine... I don't know. I don't know. They are some very interesting cascades. I will say that. Ooh, that's probably an important belt. Every belt's important in this base. So, we are doing blue circuits. 2 belts of blue circuits. Let's go over oil real quick. Now, oil actually run over into, which is pretty scary with all those pipes. But I'm somewhat amazed, somewhat shocked, and somewhat scared when looking at his oil build. So he's training in water, because he said his only location for water was the start. I think he found a second one. Let's go... Water 1. Nope. That is the only location for water. So, right there at spawn. And that just means he's got to train it. Train it, bring it over. This is, again, quite scary that he's tanking to tank to tank to... Lots of pumps are required to maintain maximum throughput. And lots of underground pipes. So, we've got water here. We've got oil here. And I think he said it was like 7 pipes? 7 pipes? Something ridiculous. There you go. 340,000 oil per minute. Non-stop. To keep this monster running. So oils come down, waters come down, and like I said, lots of pumps to keep that throughput nice and high. More pumps. So basically, anytime he's had to do a turn, he's put in another row of pumps. And these are run into the refineries. Now, even the refineries, now they're running fine. So you can see this one's struggling for oil a little bit. Which is, it's just probably just too far away from that pump. No, that one's doing fine. There's no reason why one should be struggling and the one beside it should be fine. These ones on the end I expect to struggle. But yet that one's fine and its first one is struggling. Meh. Okay. Again, output. Lots and lots of output. Light oil comes up. It's tanked. Again, pumps are used quite generously to move liquids from tank to tank to tank to tank. He has used circuit conditions. So, if under 5k we're running the pump. If over 5k we're running the pump. If under 10k we're emptying these tanks. So some of this will obviously go to cracking. And it's just about using a smart system rather than trying to work out and ratio everything. He's done the same as I would do and use a smart system for cracking. Oh, that's for... Where is cracking? There's cracking. Over there. So it's on a simple, if we've got too much light or if we've got too much heavy, crack it. So again, heavy oil in, water in, so much water. Light out, so it'll be an out pipe. I have no idea how it keeps track of all this. There we go, that goes in there. Petroleum. Petroleum, he said, so pipes have a an offshore pump has a throughput limit of 1200 water. I'm pretty sure we can see that in its tooltip. Pumping speed, 1200 a second. Pipes have a throughput limit of like 1800 per second. They don't have a tooltip marker on them or anything, but that is their throughput limit. Pipes, I think Olek said, had a throughput limit of like 3000 or something ridiculous like that. So rather than trying to run no higher than that, way higher, because he said his choice was to run one continuous run of pumps or 5 pipes from here to here, to then run 4 pipes to here, 3 pipes, so on and so forth. There should be more than that, but yeah. Instead, he went for a continuous run of pumps, which I love. These guys have, well, we've all seen how quickly they unload a liquid tanker into a tank. They have a ridiculous throughput. So I love this, and honestly, my future bases, I'm probably going to do something like similar to this with some of my high throughput things. Normally, oil's very, very high throughput for me. Petroleum, that sort of stuff, not so much because I've barreled it in the past, but we will see in future bases. Anyway, he does have uranium coming in, which, funnily enough, he compresses down to a single belt. One belt of uranium is more than enough. That's his Kavorak's process, which is compact. I'll give him that. It's very compact. And again, I'm willing to bet that's those priority splitters. Just that's an interesting build. We'll have to go over that. He is running on nuclear fuel, which we will be demolishing when we get that far. He does have coal as well. So we've got 16 belts in, brought down to 11 belts, run all the way across. And all of that is turned straight into plastic, except for the last few belts, which would be, of course, for military sites. Where's your acid build, mate? So he's going for the 1-to-1. So from memory, this is not quite perfectly ratioed. So that's got a higher crafting speed. That's got a lower crafting speed. That's got a higher. That's got a lower. That's got higher. That's got lower. That's got higher. That's got higher. That's got lower. That makes no sense to me, Olek. You need to look at these and why they're in this order. But of course, that'll do acid for out to the uranium train, which I still can't believe is running off one tanker. Out to batteries, which much the same build as the smelting. Except you got to bring 2 belts worth of content in and get 1 belt of end product out. So bring them down and then merging them and not getting quite a full blue belt worth of output, but he doesn't need to. I've already checked all the numbers. He's spot on. He's spot on that 2.4K. Plastic's the same. So all that plastic is going down to red circuits, except for what we're carrying along the line. Blue circuits are there. We have science, which I'm actually surprised. I hadn't mentally thought it through, but I now realise that red science needs 1 gear wheel, which is of course 2 iron, plus a copper plate. So yeah, 2 belts of iron in with 1 belt of copper plate, straight through, making a ton of gears. Oh, he's got the gears right at the start to feed the whole lot. Excellent. And then, again, with these lane balancer things, I don't know. I don't know if they'll actually be needed. I'd be doing... See, all these guys will output on the right-hand side. And I know that's why he's done it. But there's 9 of them. So I'd be doing 4, and then swap the side of the belt. And then doing probably the next 4, and then just put the lane balancer here. Actually, how far away is that? Can we actually do that? Just do an actual demonstration of what I would be doing, just to change things slightly, just to hopefully... It's about bringing that UPS number up. That's what it's all about when you get to MegaBases. Trying to keep that number as high as possible. So you're outputting on that side of the belt, that side of the belt, that side of the belt, that side of the belt. So I'm loath to go pick up stuff from the belt. Here is where I'll be balancing. So that's where I'll be balancing. I'd leave this one as is, and I'd leave this one as is. So these guys, I need to clear the belt. I need to clear the belt to demonstrate. So these guys, bop, 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 one side full. Alright, come along here. This second side will slowly fill up. Oh no, it's taking from the inside 2 belts. We want the silly one he was using before. Oh no, that's taken from that side and that side. No, that is a fully compressed belt. It's just a little bit neater. It's a little bit neater. It's a little bit simpler. Thanks to autosave. And hopefully at the end of the day has less of a UPS cost. There is... where are we? Console command? Nope. Console commands. There is a new one in here. Show transport lines. So, anytime they're straight through one colour, much like the train network, anytime they're one colour, like all of this, all this blue here is really didn't do much to my UPS turning this on. Okay, so anytime this is a solid colour, that means it's not being recalculated. It's not recalculated till... Oh, it just got recalculated. Here. Which is because the belt backs up here. So there to there, well, there onwards is a separate calculation from there upwards. Okay? These are inserters putting on the belt. They're pretty much going to recalculate, putting on the belt. So that's pretty much a new calculation all the time. At least this guy is. This guy's a continuous calculation. Till it gets to here, new calculation. New calculation. Same story, we can output on the right. And filter that. Except, there's a trick to this. To get it to happen properly, we need to blueprint it. And then pop it down. And you can see that these last two go red. And I believe that means, without having a dev or something here to tell me, I believe that means that they're turned off or blocked or something along those lines. And same with this one. You want filter that one on the left. Alright, so it also stops this extra pot. Let's turn that off. No, let's go to basic. Show that one off and turn that one on. No, that one. So, as you can see, yeah, it stops that extra science pack that sits on this side of the splitter and never does anything. This science pack here, these two here. So yeah, Olek, there's something for you to consider. And like, you do that for a whole base, it adds up. It really, really does. Anyway, green science is lots of gears fed into assembler, inserters and belts. Again, underground out to get a shit ton of green science. This is military, which I'm actually surprised he built. A lot of people, when they do a mega base, because military is not used, the only time it's used is for artillery shells now, which has only been brand new in version 16. Version 15 and the past, the big ones were robot worker speed, which he's obviously not doing because he's not using robots, and mining productivity. And with a base like this, yeah, you could take that mining productivity through the roof. I've had mine up to 700-ish. But yeah, lots and lots of gun turrets. I don't think that's the right ratio. I have a feeling you do not have nearly enough gears to feed this thing. Along with lots of grenades. Lots and lots of grenades. With plenty of ammo. Yeah, they're going to be fast. 8 point... See, here we go. Here's another one. So... Oh no, that's a 1 to 3. So that's 6. They can go to 18. They're only running at 16. So no, that's fine, actually. Actually, technically, he's still too fast. No, he's too slow. Yeah, because normal ratio is 1 standard ammo to 3 armor piercing. Because it's got a crafting speed of 6, if we multiply that by 3, that's 18. We've only got 2 of these, so we multiply that by 2, that's 16. Technically, this guy's still too fast for these guys. So we could probably swap it out from a speed 3 to a speed 2, even less, who knows. Again, military science. What's this? That's engines. That is a whole bank of engines. So we're going to have 2 outputs. So we're going to first do 2 sciences. Our third science... We've got science right there. We're going to have military science. We have a lot of engines. Engines have to be going somewhere important. Blue science, over there. Right. These guys are running fast. Really? You've got them keeping up. That's impressive, man. That's actually really impressive that he's managed to keep these guys running at full speed. Lots and lots and lots of mining drills. Bring the red circuits in directly. Fed into each one of these machines. Outputting lots and lots of blue science. Full belt's worth again. Yellow packs. Where's yellow? Oh, I've glazed over all the rocket parts. So we've got speed modules being made here. Being brought into... That's rocket fuel. Which he'll be going through quite a bit of. Between... Actually, not so much now with the new nuclear fuel. Because that lasts a long time in your trains. That was one of the things I found out. I was going through my 5k base. I needed 500 rocket fuel per minute. I think I need an extra 50, 100 rocket fuel per minute just to keep the trains running. But I had a lot of trains. We've got low density structures. So input on the left and lots of input. Output on the right. It's funny, you take, how many belts is that? 12 belts in, you get 1 belt out. That's why buses, they widen up in the middle. Normally, red and blue circuits, round about there. Green circuits tend to bring the bus down slightly. And then blue circuits tends to be the point where it's right about the widest, and then it crashes back down. Because... for 2 belts of blue circuits out, we've got 25 belts of green circuits in, along with 3 belts. So there's 27 belts in for 2 belts out. Blues are not expensive at all. Same goes for speed modules. That's 10 belts in for 1 belt out. Anyway. We've got low densities, we've got the rocket control units, yellow science, which is, again, direct insertion. I think the copper cable's too fast. I'd have to go double check. But a lot of materials in for 1 belt out, which is brought all the way across what was a massive bus down to a very small bus. Purple science. Purple science is tagged right here on the end. So where are we? We're here. Let's go for a bit of a walk. So we've got lubricant being brought in to make electric engines, which is, I'm guessing, it's excess from the blue chip build. Oh, he's prioritised that one. See, I would have prioritised this one, knowing this one would be the first one to back up. But I guess he doesn't have to with just one belt coming in. And again, same story. I wouldn't have this here at all. I'd just go straight through. Unless it physically has to be on one side of the belt, it really doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. Same as this. This underground, it doesn't really matter if it's underground or it's a real belt. But I can do that. I can do that all the way up. Move those undergrounds up 1 extra belt place. So when you got to the end, the belt would finish there. And I'd be saving 1 belt. Might not sound like a lot. I've broken them all now. Where did I start? Let's filter that for undergrounds. Done. I've saved one underground belt. Like I said, it's not a lot, and in a grand sea of belts, you really think it wouldn't matter, but it all matters eventually. Every little bit of belt matters. Yeah. It'll take a while for these guys to kick back in. The last one takes the longest to kick in. No, there we go. We're running. We're running. At this sort of performance, yeah, it fills back in fairly fast. So we've got, same story, stone coming in at the bottom. 4 belts, which I guarantee will get turned into 2 belts. Boom, done. Turn into steel furnaces. Really? That's 6 belts. Where's the other 2 belts going? Oh, he's got 2 there and 2 there. Fed into 4 belts. Yeah, 4 belts of stone bricks into electric furnaces. Merged in with the electric engines. Purple science is done because it's just an easy science. Wrapped back up, we get this lovely rainbow belt. I love these versions of rainbow belts. I'll put it that way. Wrapped in with rocket science. So rocket science is up here. So we've got accumulators being made and shoved out as fast as possible. We've got solar panels being made as fast as possible. Side loaded onto a belt together along with radars. Where are radars being made? I missed that entirely. Ha! That's it. Yeah, green circuits, iron and gears. Bang. And he hasn't got it running at full speed, he's just got it running at good enough. It does not need gears fast. Gear speed is slowed right the way down, but it's cheap to run and fed in to make radars. And same story, a whole belt's worth of radars. It could get more speed modules around these things, but as you can see, the belts are backed up. It really doesn't have to. I assume they're controlled by spark conditions. Where's the radar? That one's a radar. So if rocket science is more than 7.5k, we turn off. So one's at 7.5k. And then onto the labs themselves. So again with this, I'm not keen on this, Olek. I'll say that much. And wow, they're crushed in tight. So this is the maximum beacon coverage per lab. And the funny thing is, it's how many labs? 104 labs to do 2.4 packs of each. Yeah, that's running. That's not running. Oh, that is running. I think he's actually got more labs than he has capacity. Because at least one likely to get red circuits is here. Because this has come all the way across. Yeah, it's this top one. This top one is the least likely to get red science. But it still has science. So, that's a pretty amazing base. I have to say thank you very much, Olek, for letting me have a walkthrough. This took far too long. But with a base this size, it's sort of to be expected. Oh, nuclear power. That was the other thing about it. And I wanted to look at the Kavorax. And I want to turn off his power. That's the other thing I wanted to do. So there's spent fuel. That's the fuel belt in. That is a dead straight power build. Wow, look at that UPS die. I can't even get up to the top side. That sucks. So he's just gone for the two beside one another. No bonuses on bonuses on bonuses. And he did tell me he used water well to just dig water where he needed it to. Only for nuclear power, because nuclear power is fluid. He's using this much water currently just to run oil. If he had to add that much to it again, well, let's have a look at his little starting pond. It has pumps all on one side. He'd need to have pumps all on the other side as well, and have a whole new train to then try and pull up a train here somewhere and then pipe in all that water. That would be a living nightmare. I don't know. I'm no expert on nuclear, that's for sure. I do think he'd be better with a better placement. But power. Power is cut at 2 spots. Power's cut there. Yep, we're still running on power. I want that command. No. Oh! Really? I'm not an admin. Yeah, I'm not an admin. Oh, it's because I had to load the map up in multiplayer. Otherwise it doesn't have my name. Which is funny, because I'm hosting the game for myself. Yeah, I was curious on if I cut power. Well, actually, where I've got creative mode. Let's do... active energy source. Put that there. Disconnect that. So you guys should be a whole lot of nuclear plants running nothing. And you should be coming from passive power source. There goes a rocket. And we're going to do this. En masse. Oh really? I don't even have to be in range. Done. Because there is a giant draw on power on the game normally from fluid pipes. So gain me back 5 or so UPS. Where's the button I want? I want nope. Time usage. This one. So I'm going to update 20. 16's about the topmost limit to get to 60 UPS. A lot of people say creative mode uses a lot. At the moment I'm using a 0.2. So not enough to worry about. Trains not a lot. It's transport lines being belts. And entities just being making and deleting and running everything. But yeah, that's a little tour of Olek's 2.4K belt base. I'm now worried about my SpaceX series. I don't know whether I can beat this. The only difference would be I wouldn't be using creative mode. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to thank you guys for watching. I'd love to know your thoughts. Would you? Well, first off, if you've picked this up from say Reddit or somewhere else, I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button. I'm still trying to chase down the 1,000 subs I need to keep my YouTube partner program status. At the same time, I'd love to know your thoughts on this series. Would you like to see this as an ongoing series going forth, where I do review of bases that are sent in? Obviously not this long. I'd probably keep it to around about 25-minute mark. He says, or coming up on 50 minutes, double that amount of time. Unless you can build me something bigger and grander than this. Preferably not in creative mode. I'm sure somebody out there is falling in love with Olek's power design as well. Being all straight and square. Way better than me. Mine looks like... yeah, that power pole looks like mine. Yeah, all this. This looks like something I'd do. Yeah. So, yeah, would you like to see an ongoing series like this where I review player bases? Review is probably the wrong word. Have a browse, have a perusal, update, fix, correct, offer suggestions, that sort of stuff. And yeah, would you like to see a series like that going forward? And look, that's about it. As always, thoughts, comments, random abuse down the bottom in the comments section. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!